So go to, if you're online, go to the week 6 in-class presentation assignment, or if you are in class, go to the week 12. Go to the assignment descriptions, click on week 12 in-class presentation instructions, and you'll see that there is a link you click on to download. I'll back this up so you can see. When you click to download, the image will open up, and then you right-click, save the image as, save it to your desktop for easy access. When you click save, it will be there. Once you have done so, go to Microsoft PowerPoint and start a blank presentation. So when you start up PowerPoint, you click blank presentation, create, and you'll have one slide. You're not clicking on the assignment submission, you're clicking on the assignment instructions. So you should all have PowerPoint started. There should be one slide there that reads click to add title. And what you're going to do to illustrate the concept of creating your own template, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click plus new slide. It'll be in the upper left-hand side of your toolbar. When you click plus new slide, it will drop in another new slide. You'll click plus new slide again and plus new slide again, so that you have a total of 4 slides. Now, there are several different ways to view a presentation. So if you look to the lower left of a slide, you'll see a little icon that reads notes. I'm sorry, to the lower right. If you click on the notes, it either shows you a place where you can type in notes, and this is if you're giving a presentation. They can be little reminders to yourself. So if I type notes are added here, I can hide that if I want to by clicking that icon again, and it no longer shows. So that's where you see your notes. These are like little cheat sheets when you're giving a presentation out loud and you don't want to be reading from the screen on the behind you, but you want to be able to cue yourself on the important points that you want to make. If you move one icon over where it reads normal, if you click normal, you'll note that it goes back and forth between this is what's called normal view, whereas if you were in the other view, you see that it actually opens up a view where you would be, if you had text in here, it would show you the text in a much larger format. If you move one icon over where it says slide sorter, if I'm in normal view and then I click slide sorter, you'll note that it now puts the slides as if they are on a light table in the old days that you used for transparencies and slides. And suppose the slide you have for image 4, you want it to be image 1. You would just hold the left mouse key down on 4 and you can drag it to whichever position you want in the presentation. So that is your slide sorter. If I move one over, if we took slide show, right, that would show us the slideshow as it would be as we are going to present it. And there are different options on how you would do that too that we'll go on about later on. I just wanted to show you that option. As well as magnification. So the little circle icon, if I mouse over it, it reads zoom. If I move it to the right, it zooms in. If I move it to the left, it zooms out. In and out, in and out, in and out, like a bad mescaline trip. So those are the different views, as well as magnification. Now we're going to create a custom theme. So what you're going to do with the first slide highlighted, you're going to click on the Design tab. And then you're going to mouse over to the theme drop-down. And you'll note as you mouse over it, will say Office Theme. Each one of these has a name. If you click a drop-down there, all right, you're going to have Office Theme highlighted, and then you can pick a color scheme. So when you click the drop-down and you mouse down to Colors, this gives you the choices of colors that your font would have. So I'm going to go with a strongly, since we're moving into Halloween here, a yellow-orange theme. So when I click on yellow-orange, the font's colors that will be available to me now will be yellow-orange. Then I can decide how I would want the background to look. So if I move over to Format Background, or if I've got the drop-down, and I go to Background Styles, I could have it so that it is a solid color, or I could have it so that there's an image, and this is what I'm going to have you do. So from Background Styles, you would go to Format Background, and where you mouse down to Picture or Texture Fill, if you click Picture or Texture, you'll see that it will give you a default texture, and you are going to insert a picture from File. So if you click on File, and then you go to that file you just downloaded, which is going to be the LTC. I'll go through it again. So I go to Format Background, I mouse down to Picture or Texture File, I go to Insert Picture from File, I find the picture, I click Insert, and then I make sure so that it will apply as a background to all of my presentation. I go down to Apply to All at the very bottom. And every image, all four of your images should now show that as the background. You also can adjust the transparency on it, which is the visibility of that image. So if I were to mouse that transparency icon further to the right, you'll note how the image fades. So I'm going to put it right now at 50% transparency. And this would be done on a template by template basis. I'm just doing this to illustrate the point. And then when I click Apply to All, I now have that washed out image of the entry to the library. And then when I click the Format Background Exit Out, I'm now back in normal view. I can also pick a font scheme. So when I click the drop down and I go to AA Fonts, what I'm doing is I'd be looking at a font family. And suppose I go down to Arial, for example. You'll note that the text will change to reflect Arial as the font family that I've selected now. Now obviously, white lettering on a faded out background isn't going to work. So what I could do then, if I go back to my home, if I've got this as a title highlighted, I could see what color might work within the theme. So if I just clicked on the black, it now turns it to black title. However, with this as the basic foundation of a template, if I was working for an organization and they wanted their masthead to be the background of the presentations, then the way to save this is a template now so that anytime I open it up, it will automatically load this image, this font, and this color scheme. I would go to File, Save As, and from the drop-down file format, I would click PowerPoint Template. I'll save it to my desktop, and now when I click Save, it saves it as a template. Once you have done that, if you click on File, New from Template, oh, there it is, Fadden Temp. Thank you, Ben. So now, if I were to open this as a template, it wouldn't be a template anymore. It would now be a presentation. All right, so it's a way to do pre-designed templates for an organization or your own business. So leave that saved. And Ben is going to take over and walk you through some other steps in working in PowerPoint.